What's up everyone and welcome to the club. Today we're creating a portrait illustration of Princess Peach from Super Mario. Now the easiest way to create portraits is to start with the basic shapes first before we add in the details. So let's start with some guidelines. We'll start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. Let's start from the very top in the middle. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom using these short lines. Let's go back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now, I want to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page to define the size of the head. So from that center point, let's move up. I'm going to mark off the top of our circle somewhere around here. Let's measure that distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Now I want to repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center down towards the left and then down towards the right. Let's connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. We'll probably erase most of it in the end. Let's go back and just smooth this out. Let's add two lines coming down the side of our circle, starting on the left. Bring this all the way down. I'm also going to add another line going across the bottom of our circle from left to right. And with our circle and guidelines in place, we start blocking out the basic shape of the facial features. Let's start by adding a gap in between the eyes. So along the bottom of our circle, on either side of that center line, move over toward the left, sketch a line going up and down. Let's measure that distance from the center over towards the right and do the same thing. Now from here, we're going to start with the top edge of the eyes. Let's start right where this line meets the bottom of our circle, curve the eye going up, and then bend that out towards the outside of our circle. Do the same thing on the right. Now we want to bring this up towards the same height, going out towards the side. And then we'll draw on the bottom of the eye, starting back on the left, come down, just underneath that bottom line. Just going to round out the bottom of the eye and pull that in towards a point. So it's almost like a leaf-shaped eye. Let's push the iris and pupil towards the top of the eyelid, starting right in the middle of this curve. Draw a circle, going all the way around. And just tuck that up underneath. And we'll line that up on the right. Now from here, we want to locate the tip of the nose. So in between the eyes, we're going to come down to right about here. Draw a short line going across. And we're going to add a V going up toward the left and right. Let's extend this guideline going all the way out towards the side. And this is where we're going to line up the jawline. From the tip of the nose, let's step down, sketch a short line going across the mouth. And then from the mouth, we'll come down, just going to locate the chin somewhere around here with a short line. And then we'll go back and start adding some shape to the head. Let's start from the side of our circle. We're going to slope the head in an angle, coming down and then in towards that nose line. I'm going to round out the jaw and then pull that in towards the chin. We can always come back and just smooth this out and add some more detail later. Let's draw that large hairbang in the center. So in between the eyes right about here, just going to mark this off. Let's start from that center point with the left and go out, round out the hair and pull that in. I'm just going to mirror this over on the right side, going up towards the same height. Now up here, we're just going to block this off with a straight line. So just cutting off the top of our circle. Let's add some shape to the hair coming along the side. So on the left, come down around the eye. And that's going to bend that up toward that center line. Let's line this up on the right and do the same thing. Let's go to the top of our circle. It's going to bend the hair, extending this out towards the side. Bring that down. And we want to add a curl coming down and up on the ends. Let's add that hair coming down the side. On the left, come down and just pull that in towards the jaw. And we want to layer the earrings in behind the hair. So you're going to start up here, draw a circle, going all the way through, and line it up on the right. Let's finish off the bottom of the hair, starting on the left, come down, and just curl that up on the ends. And then from here, just going to bend this down and then in towards the chin. Now we're going to go back up to the top and add some basic shape to the crown. So let's start on the left side of the head. I'm going to bend this down towards that line and then back up. Now the crown goes out along the side. Start with the left, going up to about there. Angle this down towards the top of the head. Let's pull this up a little bit higher in the middle towards a point. And then in the center, we're going to roughly sketch out an oval for that gem. Now that we've finished off our rough sketch, we want to go back and clean this up by erasing some of these guidelines. And this will help us get a better look at our proportions. I'm going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shapes. I'm going to start with the eyes. I'm just going to darken up our line just a little bit more. Also roughing in those lashes along the side, going up in an angle. Just going to add the pupil in the center of the iris and a highlight along the top. Let's move over and do the same thing on the right. Just going to round up the top corner of the eye and then just rough in those lashes. I want to add a little bit more shape to the nose, starting with the nostrils. And then with the mouth, we're going to bend the mouth coming down in the middle, then up along the sides. Add a small bracket. Add some detail across the upper lip. Let's add the lower lip. Now let's go back to the side of the head. Add some shape. Just going to round out the jaw and pull that in towards the chin. I'm going to layer the eyebrows inside, just lightly placing these in above the eyes, going up in an angle. I'm just going to add a little bit of texture across the bottom of the hair, just pulling these lines and just working with the curve of the hair, going up along the sides, and just fading that up towards the top. Another curl along the side of the head, on the top. And go back and just clean up our drawing again. And once we're happy with our proportions, we're going to go in and start darkening up our contours. So I'm going to be applying some thick and thin lines. So placing these thicker lines across shadow areas. And we're just going to be redefining the edge of our lines. I'm going to enhance those lashes along the side. So you want to darken up the base around the eyelid and then taper that out. Let's add a light shade to the eyebrows. Just adding a little bit of thickness. darken up the center of the pupils, going around that highlight. I'm going to switch to the side edge of my pencil and shade in the inside of the iris. We want to fade that down towards a highlight across the bottom. So we get a little bit of glare. And then for some added detail, we add these short little lines going up, sort of aiming towards the center of the pupil. Darken the upper lip, and we'll go a shade lighter across the lower lip. And then from here, we move back up and just add some texture to the hair. Adding some contrast to the outside edge. And we want to fade that up towards the top, towards the crown. Now along the side of the hair, it's going to layer in the texture. And we don't need to add too much. Just want to get the impression of hair going across the side and pull that in towards the crown. Add a little bit of texture coming down from the top. Now we want to simplify the crown, not getting into too much detail. You just want to capture the right shape and proportions. So we'll start with the outside edge first. I'm going to draw the back side of the crown, 2 points along the side. And now we're going to do one final cleanup before we add in our shading. Now we're going to move back to the side edge of our pencil and add some shadows just along the top of the head, so this hair is going to cast a shadow. We want to bring this down along the side of the nose and fade that down. And we're going to inset that shadow along the side of the head just to catch a little bit of reflection. Now as we begin to wrap up our drawing, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and reflections, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a portrait illustration of Princess Peach. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.